It's kind of shocking to discover what Islamists are teaching kids at school. 20 Westerners in this experiment were brought in to watch what the Palestinians are teaching their children in UN-funded schools. And guess what? Despite the fact that some of them may have come in thinking that the Palestinian cause is something that they should get behind, that Islamization isn't really happening, it's kind of the opposite. It's not exactly that. When you realize that there are Western government entities funding children learning some despicable things that we're about to see, that is actually the kind of evidence that convinces people that maybe they've been wrong and kind of them out of their stupor in which they believe that supporting terrorism is actually a Western value. I can't wrap my head around how people are still so uneducated and idiotic when it comes to the simple fact that they are not even hiding it. The Palestinians, these Islamists, they're out there showcasing to the world what they teach little children. And honestly, when you want to understand a society, just look at what they say to their kids, what they push down their kids ideologically, what they teach them in school. That will tell you a lot about the systems and the values, because we all know that young children need to be protected. We all know that, except the Islamists and the Palestinians seem to not. I'm Meira K. Welcome to the Pushback. We're about to review this video, but if you haven't been here before, I am here to make a change. We are here to make a change, to push back against the mental mentality that we're seeing across the world of infiltrations and just terrible, terrible ideologies. We are the majority that are actually rational and intelligent and have had enough of being told that extremism is normal. It's not normal. And if you like that, and if that's something that you agree with, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But most importantly, watch out, because we have a new show launching soon and I can't wait for you to take part. Let's watch this video and get all sick together.
الأساس في المدرسة عن إسرائيل
إنهم ننطقهم لأنهم هم أدونا وهيك. أنا بدي أهزمهم بالحرب، بدي أهزمهم.
يعني إنهم بيعلمونا بالمدرسة إنهم إرهابيين
إنهم هدول مش مناح وهدول بقتلوا قاعدين.
إنهم بيعلمونا بالمدرسة إنهم إرهابيين
إنهم هدول مش مناح وهدول بقتلوا قاعدين بشباب. عمليات الدعس، عمليات الطعن.
العمليات هاي تحت الدعس والسكاكين هاي إشي بيرفع الراس لفلسطين.
بس بدك بطلع بستشهد عادي.
It's like information I haven't really been exposed to.
This is a lot of stuff that I only thought about and considered, but never actually saw it. So it was really an eye-opener. It's a lot to take in.
They didn't tell us about that. I gotta be honest, I feel like a moron, an idiot, because I am naive. I live my own little bubble. The world is fine, the world is great, and you see something like that, and you're like, holy shit. Having little kids say that, them telling them on TV shows to kill Jewish people, like, why are we allowing this? Like, why is this happening? I think most people are like me, we just don't know what's going on. I have no idea this was going on.
And we are in a war right now, and I believe this is a psychological war. And yes, that is very scary, and I think that is why education is so crucial right now. If I was a child there, I would probably believe the same.
Yeah, I think it's just sad that no one in power is protecting these kids from an educational perspective.
It's really disheartening and disappointing that these kids aren't able to have the childhood that they need to have.
I think we really need to wake up and stop being so nice and get really involved and pull the plug.
يا رب وتعز وعبادك من دمها صنعت حرية. أنت يا زكريا شو حابب تصير؟ مهندس. مهندس؟ ليش بدك تصير مهندس؟ سوف أجري. أنا بقول له لما يجي أنا طخ اليهود. كلهم؟
It's scary because they're young kids, but they have so much hate in their eyes. How could you be teaching kids this type of act and just these things that aren't true? It's horrible.
I mean, like, I think I've become desensitized to this because I'm just kind of used to this. Obviously, this is what they do. But do you realize that they are telling like 4, 5, 6, 7-year-olds that they should become engineers so that they can blow up people? That this is a thing to celebrate. That kill, like, this is a thing. These are what these characters, these animated characters, are teaching little kids. That this is normalized. Now, even if these kids don't grow up to become violent people, do you know what they've learned in the back of their head? That it's totally okay and it's totally acceptable. It's actually shocking to realize not just the level of indoctrination that is going on in these kids, but the lack of care for these kids. You know, I don't know about you, but I am very, very careful about any young child that I know what they watch. I would never expose them to anything that could actually harm their psyche. Forget violence for a second, just in general, something a little bit scary. Like if there's a big animal that goes, rah, I'll skip that with a little kid that's watching it because I actually care about that kid's mentality. These people don't. That's the thing. The thing to remember here is that they do not care at all about these children. It's not just what they're teaching these children, it's the fact that they don't care about them because little children shouldn't be thinking about suicide and they shouldn't be thinking about stabbing and they shouldn't be building their careers. Oh, I want to be an engineer to explode things. That's not what normal children should be thinking about. And any adult who cares about a child knows that. And yet this is their TV. This is their entertainment. This is what they teach them. This is a two-problem layer. It's not just about the little kids being indoctrinated into hate and you see the hate in their eyes. It's about the adults who don't care about these kids, who are willing for their own political agendas to use these kids for that, to teach them from such a young age to basically ensure that terrorism never dies out. How insane is it? It's insane.
The kids are being robbed of not only their innocence, but they're also being robbed of their natural ability just to love life in general.
100%.
Getting taught from a young age to literally hate your neighbors and to hate the people that are around you. So that's really sad to watch and to see.
They're children running around with guns and knives.
It tears my soul, honestly. They don't know what they're getting into. They're just repeating and keeping a cycle of hate that's going on.
It's thankfully so distant from our cultural comprehension that people would be taught on children's shows to kill and murder and kill themselves. And it's important to remember that the U.S. is in the UN and that a lot of our dollars go to the UN and UNRWA, which is American resources, Western resources, UN resources, and money go to schools that actively teach children to hate Jews.
What is the UN for? If that's happening, like, this is just straight up anti-Semitic propaganda. I'm sorry, it's just like the same thing we saw 80 years ago.
I think if more people knew, we could do something about this. This isn't right.
I think watching this video really shook me because now it's real and it's scary. And I think it starts, like everyone's saying, with our children, which I feel really bad for these children in a way. They are not fully developed. They don't know right from wrong, and they deserve better. It's really important that these videos are shown to everyone.
What blows my mind is that anyone can watch this and have any other thoughts. Like if two of your friends are fighting and one of them put an iron dome around his house, built a house of bricks, and waited in the corner for a gun to protect him and his family. And the other dude was building vests and stuff and piloting planes. You'd be like, oh, one's on the attack and one's on the defense. I challenge anyone on the internet, in this room, in this world, to find a video of Israel or Jews with this type of energy. There's no kids programming in Israel to hate anyone. There's young, dumb 20-year-olds who think they know something. And it's the first time in history that, again, other than the Holocaust, that Jews are looking at the world going, hey, we need backup, we need help.
Because it is sad to see kids saying this stuff. It's kind of sad that Jewish people have to go through what they're going through. There was this incident where a couple of Jewish kids had to lock themselves inside like a room because they were being chased around by other students because I guess they were Jewish.
After the LGBTQ, they're gonna come after the Black community. They're gonna come after the Asian community because they don't like anyone but themselves. They don't even like themselves. They want to kill themselves.
This is an experience that I'm gonna walk out of this room today, and I don't think my next week is gonna be the same as what I thought it was going to be.
It's really sad to know that there are things like this that exist in other parts of the country that are literally instilling people just to hate from a very early age.
I feel like at this moment, all we can do is have faith and have urgency to coming up with solutions.
I think once people like me start knowing, we want to help out because this isn't going to stop with us. Bring awareness. The more people know, we can start doing something. We can talk to the government, ask questions about the UN, like why are they giving money to these people? Yeah, I think this is good. I think it's a good start.
That type of energy, this type of information, I do think that it will help.
We need tolerance. I don't need to agree with my neighbor. That doesn't, just because I don't agree with someone doesn't mean that I have to kill them, shoot them, or dedicate my life to hating them. tolerance.
As an individual, I would want to further my education. I would want to be a better advocate. I might not be able to spark a nuclear change, but enough to really open eyes, open minds, open hearts. Even for you guys, I hope that you continue this for others to experience.
What do you guys think? What do you think? I genuinely believe exposure is the best education. I do. And I think the importance of the people who just showcase the nut jobs that these people are and what they're doing and the harm they're doing to their own societies. You know, you watch that video and you know that the father of that kid who's told him that he should be an engineer so that he can blow other things up, that's not a father who loves his kids. That's more evidence than any Jew, any Israeli screaming over the rooftop saying these people hate us and they hate themselves. It's more. It's just more evidence because it's clear as day. If you love your child, you don't teach them to be a suicide bomber. Pretty simple. You don't teach them that the best thing they can do is stab somebody so they can spend their life maybe in prison for the name of a land. It's not true. That's not what you teach somebody who you love. You can teach them to defend themselves, to fight up, to stand up against something negative, but you don't teach them to be the negative force themselves. And that's the simple reality. This kind of stuff does a lot to prove just truly what this mentality is. What is this monster that they have made you believe is actually a good thing? Because it's just that, it's a monster. And maybe the things that they're telling you are monsters are not. Maybe it's time to kind of reevaluate the structures of what we know to be true and actually start asking complicated questions. If the US government funds it, that doesn't mean it's a good entity. UNRWA, which is supposed to help refugees who aren't actually even refugees, this is what they're teaching in their own schools. What is going on? It's time for a reckoning, my friends. It is time to push back. Thank you for your attention to this matter.